Greetings from Inverness here in northern Scotland. I'm currently at the train station. I came in here yesterday from a train to Glasgow. Cost about £50, about a 3.5 hour journey. So I walked around the town a little bit. It looks like a nice, beautiful old town, but I'm going to take a short walk around, show you the sights, and see what we can find. So my first stop is the Victorian Market, right next to the train station, an old covered market here in the center of Inverness. So this covered market at Inverness opened in 1870. It's fairly small. Has a bunch of nice little cafes and tour shops. Pleasant to get out of the weather. It rains a lot here, so. So I got a late start today due to the weather. It was raining a lot, so I didn't start till about 12:30. We had a nice full Scottish breakfast that was really tasty. The weather's okay now. It looks like it might rain later, but this is Scotland. There's a lot of rain. Reminds me a lot of my home in the Pacific Northwest. Very similar. Oh, it's a little more windy here. So behind me is Inverness Castle, which has a nice view of the surrounding city. Unfortunately, it looks like they've got construction going on there, so it's completely closed off, but there it is behind me. So I've made it to the banks of the River Ness, which of course comes from the famous Loch Ness. There's a beautiful walk around the river, great views of the city, so I'm gonna wander around and see what I can find. So there's this cool pedestrian bridge here. I'm heading across to get to the other side of the River Ness. I guess they call this the bouncy bridge because it does kind of bounce up and down, which is always a little disconcerting. Can't beat this view. Well, on the other side of the river, weather's looking up, going in my favor. It looks like a nice sunny day. It's been raining a lot up here, but hopefully it stays this way. And behind me is the beautiful Inverness Cathedral that was completed in 1869. I'm going to head inside. Really beautiful. I'm like the only one in here too, so using a cathedral like this, you gotta fight the crowds, but pretty incredible. Interesting, there's an American flag here. I'm not sure why. All right, beautiful cathedral. Now it's time to head back to the river and enjoy the rest of my walk. Wow, this has turned into a really beautiful walk. Not too many cars, not too many people, just a leisurely walk along the River Ness. Across this bridge there's a group of islands here called the Ness Islands, and it looks like a little park in there, so I'm going to head over. Wow, these islands are pretty cool. They're a couple miles south of the city center, about worth a trip down here along the river. Kind of a nice quiet respite. Great views of the river on both sides. And another bridge to get me back on the city side of the river. Another cool bridge. Another great view. This path is also part of a longer trail called the Great Glen Way, which it takes 5 to 7 days to hike. There's lots of long distance trails in Scotland, and usually a lot of them you can stop in hotels and in towns, so they're pretty easy. So one day I'd like to come back here and do one of these longer treks, but weather didn't cooperate on this trip and I kind of ran out of time as well, so maybe next time. And my last stop is going to be Leakey's Bookshop back in town, the largest secondhand bookshop in Scotland. Looked pretty cool in the pictures, so I thought I'd check it out. So that's going to be it for my day in Inverness. Pretty cool city, worth a day. There's other stuff outside of town, of course Loch Ness, obviously other sites that are farther out. I don't have a car, so I decided just to spend a day in Inverness. But tomorrow I'm heading out by train back to London, so that should be another video hopefully. So I hope you join me in that one.